Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. As you can see from the title, we are going to be putting yet another color corrector to the test. I love the fact that a lot of different companies are now finally jumping into this like color correcting era. I feel like we were in. I think we were in one a few years ago, but it didn't last very long and there weren't very many good options, which is why we were stuck with like the same ones over and over and over again. Although I really love them, I just like having options. And today we are going to be putting the new Putty color correcting eye brightener from e.l.f. to the test. These little guys retail for $6 US and you can find them in 6 different shades. As you can see, I purchased 2 of the shades. I purchased their light medium shade as well as their medium to tan shade. Now these are not only meant to color correct with their peach hue, but they're also meant to brighten the under eye area, to illuminate it in a way. Going over the details of this product, it really reminded me of the Smashbox and Becca corrector. It is described pretty similarly. This is also infused with squalane and hyaluronic acid, so it's going to also give you some skincare benefits as you wear it. So let's go ahead and swatch the 2 shades that I have. I'm going to grab a little bit of the Smashbox and Becca color corrector, and I'm going to leave it right there so that we have something to compare these next 2 swatches to. The consistency as I'm like, you know, swatching and just swirling my finger around in the pot, you know what it feels like or what it looks like? Like, I don't know, can you guys see with the camera, pick it up? You see that? It's like super shiny, but around it, it's kind of matte looking. So what it reminds me of is kind of like those balm to oil like cleansers. That's what this reminds me of. So like the more that I swirl my finger, the more that it kind of melts into my skin or into my finger. And this is what the 2 shades compared to the Becca corrector look like. So this one down here is the Smashbox and Becca corrector in the shade medium. This one is the light to medium shade from the e.l.f. pot. And this is the medium shade. I would say the medium shade definitely looks closer to the medium shade that I use in the Smashbox Becca corrector. So that's that. Let me put my hair up. I am already getting hot in this room. My goodness. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the new corrector over here underneath the right side, and my Smashbox and Becca corrector is going to go over here on the left side. Now I am going to be using both of these formulas underneath my faux filter concealer from Huda Beauty. I use the shade Sugar Biscuit. I almost forgot there for a second. Sugar Biscuit, which is 3.5N. And I plan on setting everything like I usually do, which is with my Oma Beauty Trip and Smooth setting powder in the shade Light. All right, so we're gonna start off with the e.l.f. Putty corrector over on the right, and I'm using the shade Medium Tan. That's a pretty good amount of correcting that it does. Not as pigmented as the Smashbox and Becca right off the bat. I'm gonna add a tiny bit more like right here, but it does feel a little bit lighter than my Becca corrector or my Smashbox and Becca corrector. I need to get better at just calling it my Smashbox corrector. It's very, very nice and light, very hydrating. It doesn't appear to be like too much, like too pigmented, but just pigmented enough to help brighten the under eye area a little bit, as you can clearly see. So I like that, and it does help to illuminate the under eyes as well. So now going in with my Smashbox and Becca corrector over on the left, and you see this is just a bit more pigmented because it is a little thicker. The consistency of this product is not as thin as the e.l.f. Putty correctors. All right, both sides done. Both sides look the same. They look pretty much identical to one another. Let's see how they wear though. I am gonna be jumping right into concealer though, because again, another scorcher today, and I hate wearing liquid foundation when it is so darn hot outside. I just feel like my face is melting, and I don't like that feeling. So we're going straight into concealer. So I'm just going to use the exact same amount that I use on a regular basis underneath both eye areas. All right, and we're just gonna go right in to blend it out. All right, so there's one side done, and it looks really nice. Now let's go ahead and do the left side. All right, now we're going in with a little bit of powder and a brush just to set the under eye area for the day. All right, so there it is. Both sides done, both sides getting a very similar amount of coverage. So now let me zoom you guys in so you can get a better look, a better side-by-side look underneath both eye areas. All right, so here we are. This is the e.l.f. side, which I think as of right now looks a bit smoother in my opinion. And the Becca, well, Smashbox and Becca side over here. All right, so you guys know the drill. Let me jump off camera, finish the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. All right, I'm back, makeup is done. I did add a little bit of the Bare Minerals Concealer, the Summer Bisque, my favorite right now. I added a little bit of that here underneath the eyes to both under eye areas. Because this is acting a lot like my Smashbox and Becca corrector, I thought, why not? Why not add a little bit more like I typically would when I use my Smashbox and Becca corrector and really compare these two today. So that's the case underneath the eyes. So far, I'm still very pleased with it. But we'll see, you know, like I always say, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. So it is currently 9:18 in the morning. Of course, you guys know the drill. I plan on wearing this all day long, and I will be back halfway through the day today in order to show you all some more close-ups and so that you can see the under eye area under natural lighting. So I will see you back here in a few hours for a quick midday check-in. All right, I am back for a quick midday check-in. It is currently 1:47. I am quite dewy because I just got out of the car and it is hot, but it is overcast. So it's like, I don't know, it's very confusing up here in the mind because I'm just used to, if it's overcast, it feels a little bit cooler typically, but today it's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So we're in the 90s regardless of whether or not there's sun. That's okay though. Let's take a look underneath the eyes. This is the e.l.f. side, and this is the Smashbox and Becca side. Can you tell the difference? Because I cannot. I cannot tell the difference at all. Look at this and look at this. They look the same to me. They don't look any different, which is quite exciting, okay? It's very exciting, but I'm gonna contain my excitement until we are done with the day because you just never know. You never know. As of right now though, I really like it. I still really like it. It is holding up. It is solid. It is staying put. It is a great base for my concealer, the way that it is right now. So anyway, we're going to continue to wear it for about another, I don't know, 3-4 hours before calling it done. We'll see what the under eye area looks like at that point in time, because that will really tell us everything we need to know with all of this like heat and humidity and me being in and out, and just like we're really putting the makeup through something today. So this is a perfect day to test it out the way that I'm testing it out. Will it stay full coverage? Will it stay looking intact? Fingers crossed, but we'll see. Anyway, I'll see you back here in a few hours for my final check-in. All right, I am back for my final check-in of the day. It is currently 5:31, which means that I've had this on now for 8 hours. Is that right? I think 8 hours. Now, before I get into what I think about this color corrector after wearing it for an entire day, I'm gonna zoom you guys in one last time so that you can see a close-up look at the e.l.f. versus the Smashbox Becca corrector. All right, so here we have it. This is the e.l.f. and this is the Smashbox. Now with that, I think I can safely say that we have finally found our dupe. We have finally found it straight from the drugstore. I love the way that this wore underneath this concealer. I said it, so that is why That is why this tends to look just a teeny bit dry in my opinion by the end of the day. It's because I do set it, and I set it simply so that I don't sweat it off. I mean, it's hot outside right now, guys, and it's super freaking hot. And even though it's overcast, you walk out and you're just like automatically drenched with sweat. So that is why I always set, and I just like setting my under eye area just because I don't like it looking so like luminous and therefore drawing a lot of attention to like the under eye hollows and all of that great stuff. But anyway, so that's why I set it. I don't mind it looking a tiny bit dry as long as the coverage stays in place and the concealer, the corrector, like nothing goes away, you know, which I think that this one achieved. Like, this is an absolute dupe to our beloved Smashbox and Becca corrector. And they have additional shades, deeper shades. They have the color Rich, which is a deeper shade, deeper than I've seen as far as the color corrector goes than I've seen in an under eye brightener. You see with the Becca one, like this is the deepest one that you get. So definitely more options as far as shades with the e.l.f. one. It acts the same, it wears the same, it looks the same, and I like it. I really, really like it. I'm really excited about this one because at $6, that's such a steal. And for what it does, I mean, because the Becca one is $30. We're saving $33. So we're saving ourselves $27 US for practically, I don't want to say practically the same product because it's not, obviously different ingredients and all of that, but the way that it wears, it's practically the same. So do yourself a favor and pick an e.l.f. one next time that you need an under eye brightening corrector. And you can thank me later because this one is really good. It's really, really good. So that completes today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's product review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, any of those things, any and all of those things really, really do go a long way here on YouTube. And I appreciate you all so very much for doing that. Anytime that any one of you takes the time to do any of those, you have no idea what that means to me. So thank you so much. Thanks so much for watching. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.